Now, I go onto the internet to see, just to have a look about. Yeah, you know what I mean? A bit of Twitter and all that, a bit of Instagram. And I see Callum Chambers with a tweet with 4 pictures and him saying, I've come to set the record straight. Apparently, fans are fuming. The fury of the fans at the fact that Callum Chambers blanked a mascot. Is this where we're at now? Is this honestly where we're at? And you wonder why footballers turn down the opportunity for selfies. You wonder why footballers step away from the connection with the fans and the footballers is dissipating on a daily basis. When made up stories like this, when there's people out there trying their hardest to make people look bad in any way, shape or form. The fury. Who was furious? Who cares? A couple of why are the papers reporting it as fury when you're talking about a couple of people in the comment section? A couple of these people who've got nothing to do in the comment section shouting about how Callum Chambers, I can't believe it. The little boy was standing in the hallway, he just ignored him. For God's sake, people, get a grip. Get a grip. You've got nothing to moan about, so you moan about a footballer ignoring a mascot. When it turns out the mascot had the time of his life taking selfies and hanging around with the players anyway. So what? So what? You're probably sitting there still going, well, he shouldn't have blanked him in the hallway still. Yeah, you're right, Dave, he shouldn't have blanked him in the hallway, arsehole. Nah, it's boring now. It's getting boring. And this toxic atmosphere, which isn't just at the grounds, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. Like, I know I keep on hearing a lot of these fan channels are getting a lot of stick for what they do, but one of the main people that is the problem here is the press. You go online, yeah, because papers used to be out on a daily basis and the stories used to be out on a daily basis. The stories had to be of some ilk, had to have some substance. But now that the stories are online, they need filler, they need stuff to put in the paper, they need stuff to put online so people can keep on watching. So they give us this clickbait where people click on it and comment and show their fury and anger and rage in the comment section. It's all instantaneous. It's a joke. And you guys, the media, are perpetuating it. You make it worse. Do you know what I mean? If you really wanted to get rid of these fan channels, you could. You really could. But it doesn't play in your favour to do that. It doesn't. I see it for what it is, man. I see it for what it is. It's so clear as day. It's so clear as day. You need them there so you have something to talk about. You need them there so you have something. You have an angle at all times that you can reach out to. There's always going to be an angry fan out there that you could say as a source. That's why you want them there. Because if we deep it, yeah, if we get to the real crux of it, yeah. Sky Sports, you could do your own fan thing. BT Sports do their own fan thing, but what do? They use the well-known fans that have already got a good following to put on their shows. Why don't you go and scope out your own fans, yeah? What you would feel would be more of a balanced view. Why don't you do that? TalkSport, why don't you do that? Why don't you have a fan section, which isn't phone-ins, where you have people on the line calling a premium number for 15 to 20 minutes holding on, and then when you do finally talk to them, if it's not what you want to hear, you slowly turn down the sound, the volume on their voice, and you start talking over them until they're not even there, or you just cut them off completely. Do you know what I'm saying? So why don't you do something about it? Why don't you pull in your own fans so you can get what you feel is a more balanced view? You can vet them, you can get them on your channels, and then you've got your own version of the fan TVs. Do you know what I mean? But what you'd rather do is you'd rather keep it over there, let them keep doing what they're doing, and when it suits you, you want to have a moan about it. I see through you. It's poor. It's poor. And you wonder why And the worst thing is, do you know what the worst thing is? How many fans were actually furious about Callum Chambers ignoring that kid? Like, come on. Seriously, how many fans were actually annoyed by it? Because what it strikes me as is the papers, yeah, have put it out that the fans' fury. The fans are angry. They're disgraced. Because otherwise it's a nothing story. But they put that out so it separates the fans and the people that are printing the stories, the people that are putting the stories up. Because if they were to say, we think that it's a disgrace that Callum Chambers, which is what you want to do, you want to say, we think it's a disgrace that Callum Chambers ignored the mascot, then that's more distance that you're going to put between yourself and the players, and you don't want that. So you're using these fans and the fan channels as a way of saying, no, we don't rate them, we back you players, so that you can get more closer to the players, because you fucked up in the past. You done all the fucking phone tapping, you done all this fucking underhand, backhand, shocking stuff, which is distanced the players and made them keep away from you. It's so see-through, it's embarrassing, it's so see-through. People, just keep on doing what you're doing, because these media companies think they're smart. But there's always someone out there that's smarter than you. That includes me, because there's fucking hell of a lot of people smarter than me. But there's always a lot of people that are smarter than you boys, because you ain't actually that smart. You just got a degree in writing stories and being nosy, or you got a degree, or you didn't even get a degree. If you was there long enough, you probably had a mate who had a mate who had a mate, and then you worked hard. I'm not saying you didn't work hard, but this tripe that you keep on putting out on these internet pages, this clickbait, it needs to stop. It needs to stop. Peace out, people.